Hi, this is Rick. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the word alchemy. And alchemy is a very important word for us because it describes who we are. In essence, we are alchemists in that we are constructed with the unique ability to transform things on our world into love, into whatever we can imagine. And the idea that we transform and we create the world we can imagine. And so this involves having an understanding of who we are and the kind of world we would like to create. And this goes back to the word alchemy, because alchemy is actually a word about creation. It's about imagination. And the symbols in alchemy give us a picture of our energetic blueprint, our Creator's way of bringing consciousness into physicality, whereby we are an expression of love, which is most ideal. So we are uniquely made as alchemists of love. And that's really cool. And so let me just go through the basics. We have three symbols that help us understand ourselves. The first group of symbols is known as the chakra system. And old technology, probably 4,000 or 5,000 years old, maybe longer than that, probably hundreds of thousands of years old. Anyway, it has to do with the idea that while we have a physical body, we have an energy body. And the energy body controls the physical body, because we're this body of consciousness. And this information is revealed here just within our general chakra system. And the man sitting here illustrates the general location for each of our chakras. And we can think of these symbols as levels of consciousness. And we have a rainbow of consciousness about us from red to violet. And we are a spectrum of color and a spectrum of frequency. And we can feel this frequency with our hands. This is why we have evidence proving that we are a family of human spiritual beings and that we are all made to love. So we've got the chakra system, and we also have the menorah. Our beautiful menorah turns into a diagram when we turn it sideways. And basically the branches map the interrelationships of the upper and lower chakras. And so what you get into with the ChakraKey blueprint is an understanding of yourself as an energy body. And then as an energy body, we follow the laws of energy. And energy is naturally spinning, as shown here in the symbol, and that everything is yin and yang energy. And the idea, we are so designed that on a multidimensional nature, we are designed to find balance within each of our centers of consciousness. So we've got the menorah that maps interrelationships between the chakras. And then we also have this crop circle. And the crop circle has been placed over a person sitting, as shown here. And this gives us another picture of our energy body, showing that we have three primary systems within our energy body. We have the lower chakras, upper chakras, and this is all brought into one with the heart chakra complex. And it's this symbol that gives us a more precise understanding of the idea of alchemy. And the idea is here that as energy beings, everything wants to express. My root chakra, right down here, this energetic center, it's looking after everything I need to survive in life. And my sacral, she's looking after, she wants to feel everything, wants creativity. Solar plex wants this power, I want to survive. And the center heart chakra is an expression of everything, wants to express dominant energy. The throat chakra is our conscience. We want to speak the truth. We want to connect. The brow chakra has to do with our ability to see within, without. It's our command center. And our crown chakra has to do with our connection to the divine. It's our spiritual antenna. And so the way our system works, everything's spinning. And so with every situation we're in, the lower chakras, as it comes together in the sacral, and it wants to express, this energy gets drawn into here. This is a yin energy, yang energy, yin energy. So we have lower consciousness meeting higher consciousness in this heart chakra crucible. And this is where the magic of life happens. This is where we are able to be this expression of alchemy. You know, because the lower chakras might say, well, I want 10,000 pounds of meat or vegetables or what. I want all this stuff I need to survive. I want a bigger house. And this drive comes up, gets weighed, and comes up in addition to this one, which is like, I want the pleasure of that. And this one says, I got power in that. So you've got these drives for survival bumping up against these higher drives that say, well, wait a minute, we don't really need to have that much of whatever. And we begin to do the math on the lower request. And this is where we expand our world in an understanding as we become to gain a greater ability to do the math on life. And what do I want? Because within energy, we also learn that there's natural laws about energy. And the kind of energy we put out comes back to us. And the reality is, we don't want some energies. Energies we want to return to us are energies of being helpful, of kindness, of having all we need, of love, of patience, of all these virtuous aspects. And so this is where we need to apply a rational reasoning, a scientific basis, scientific understanding of what we're doing, individually and collectively. And so collectively can come on many levels too. It can be a family, and it can be a community, and it can be a country. And so ultimately, another basic law that we follow is that what you feed is what grows. It's the same thing as like what you put out there comes back to you. So this concept of creating power happens when we understand the nature of energy and we bring high conscious understanding to what we grow in the world. And to get right to the point, there are things in our world that we want to grow and develop. We want to grow love. We want to expand awareness, expand consciousness so that we would understand ourselves as the dynamic, beautiful beings that we are. And then there's things that we want to manage. We want to manage old paradigm things that we're still suffering through, whether it be our military, education system, medical system, just old structures that we're able to become a reality in the name of the void. There's a saying that nature hates a void. And when we don't understand what to do, we wind up going to ideas that either the biggest bully is going to punish you into believing something, or the most money, or we become influenced to do things without being able to apply full rational reasoning to what we're doing. And this information provides us with a system of understanding we can use to apply to all of the issues in life, to your life, individually, to our community, and to our world. This is, in essence, a multidimensional compass that we can use to weigh the issues of life. And it's something that translates to all people. It doesn't matter if you're an American or a Canadian or a Filipino, whatever, we're all made the same. We have different languages and little different appearances, but energetically we are part of one human spiritual family. And God bless us that our Creator made us all to love. This is what's so wonderful for us to know, that we are all a bunch of lovers. And if we're not loving, we're not because we don't understand it, or that there's something happening that we're not able to come into alignment. And speaking of alignment, this is how we live in alignment. We're able to create a system of understanding within our social structures that start with love. And that we know that there's aspects of beingness that are not loving, and those get assigned a red color and frequency and level of consciousness. And we know we raise consciousness in the root chakra through connecting with the divine. We raise consciousness in the sacral chakra through the brow, big picture thinking. We raise consciousness in our solar plexus, our want for power in our throat chakra, because we want to speak the truth. We want to acknowledge the universal laws of nature. What I put out comes back to me, and I'm a smart person. I'm only going to put out what I want. I wish no harm for anybody. So within this basic information, and there's more to it as far as understanding what happens when you extract and gain a deeper understanding of yourself as a multidimensional being. So there's some bit of education involved here. But the reality is here that we need to have a system that governs us and our life that is integral with the Bible, which this is. This is God's Word. This is Christ consciousness in blueprint form. And if we look into this, you will see that it's self-evident that we are like Christ. We are all made to love, and that without understanding, we tend to resort to lower drives. And so our goal is to raise consciousness, raise understanding, that we might all live together in love, in creative expression, and all new ways of developing a world that's truly governed by love, that's exploding, that's budding and blossoming through all of God's creation. So, wonderful opportunity. Thank you. And where I am and where this whole thing is right now, this is an idea. It's a bubble. And it needs to be brought into reality. And I am doing my part to try to create these nice graphics that show this. But we all need to participate. You need to figure this shit out. The idea is that we all need to take this in. And to take it in, it takes more than a brief view. It needs to take some investigation. And you'll find that this inner self-discovery is a lifelong process. The map, this blueprint, makes it all happen very quickly, very easily. I mean, once you see it, you can't unsee it. We all know love comes from the heart. We don't have to be taught that. And when you get into the rest of it, you'll find that everything else is self-evident as well. Thank you for your help and participation. We're doing this. God bless.